So, the NHS, a wonderful concept. In reality, not so good. I had my second appointment at the gender clinic after waiting 5 months for my second appointment. And when I got there, it wasn't cancelled, but when I got there, my blood results, which I'd done in January, it's now May, hadn't gone through. So they printed it off when I got there, and I went in to see Dr. Davis, who was lovely, really nice, but isn't an endocrinologist. So he looked at my blood results and said, well, yes, you're slightly anemic, but I can't see that there's any problem, you know, tea will be fine. And then went on to explain about tea and how, you know, he'll write a letter within 14 days, and I was on a high. Yes, finally I get testosterone. So for 5.5 hours I was absolutely thrilled, thinking, goodness, my medical journey is about to start, and it was absolutely brilliant. Text everyone, hooray, hooray, you know, thank goodness at last. At 4 o'clock I got a call from the clinic saying the endocrinologist has now seen the results and there's an anomaly in your blood results, and so he needs to make an emergency appointment with you. Bang goes the testosterone letter. The emergency appointment, the soonest they could fit me in was 6.5 weeks time. 6.5 weeks time. So I don't get my endocrinologist appointment until the 24th of June, and so that's another 6.5 weeks at least that I've got to wait before starting medical transition. I was gutted, absolutely gutted, and the next few days were really tough. Once again my body has let me down, and I've got to wait again. I looked at the private clinic route in desperation, and to be dismayed by the assurance that you'd get an appointment within 2 weeks and then the follow-up appointment a week later. The trouble is that the first appointment costs £250, the second appointment costs £150, that's £400. I haven't got £400. So I've got to wait another 6 weeks to see the endo, and then, you know, assuming that that's okay, wait another 2 weeks before I get my T letter again. So that's another 8 weeks, and which means that I probably won't be getting my first shot till my 2 years of living as male and trying to pass with this stupid voice, and I'm gutted. I am so gutted. As I say, the NHS is a brilliant thing. If you have an accident, you don't have to worry about how much it's going to cost, but if you don't have a life-threatening disease, although actually I suspect this is fairly life-threatening, because I've got another, you know, I've got to keep going for another 8 weeks, and to be honest, that's quite hard. So I don't really know what else to say apart from advice that if you're an older guy like me and you can save £400, go for it, because it's not going to take months, it's going to take years before you get onto testosterone, and unless you're really, really strong, and I'm quite strong, but I've got to the end now. I've got to the end of my limit, and it's, you know, every day is quite hard to get through, to be honest. So I don't know what else I can say. I'll update you in 6 weeks' time with hopefully good news, but you know, to be honest, my hope is fading, and I have dreams of being 50 and still being like this, and I'm not sure how long I can put up with this anymore. Positive news. Is there any positive news? Yes, there is positive news. My mum, since coming out to her in February, has been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I really didn't think she would, because she hates boys. But she's really tried. She's not using male pronouns, but then no one in my family is, and I understand it's tricky. You know, I'm the same, and I need to be more physically male for them to be able to cope with the switch. But anyway, my mum she was really interested in my appointment on Thursday. She wanted to know all the details. And yesterday night I went with her to a concert, and I decided to wear a proper suit and tie. Whenever I've gone to concerts or parties or anything, I've always felt underdressed. I've always felt like I've wanted to wear a tie and suit but not quite been able to. So what I've done is I've worn male trousers, a shirt, and then of course felt underdressed because I'm only, you know, it's too casual for quite a lot of the sort of places I go to. You know, you're expected to wear a tie, and I've not, and I've felt wrong. Yesterday I felt fantastic. And the concert was in London, and so, and for some reason in London you pass all the time. It's brilliant. Even if you've got stupid voice and you don't look that male, if you wear the right things, they just take it on face value. And although I'm 5'6" in my shoes, and I'm quite short in mid Sussex, in London, because there are so many other different cultures there, I'm actually probably average height, and so that's not a problem to be seen as male. So I think it was quite interesting for her. I mean, first of all, when I saw her, I was all dressed up in my suit and tie, and she commented on how I looked nice, which she didn't need to, and I was quite surprised because I thought she'd object. So, and she, you know, I can't ask for a better family, really. I've got lots of support. It's just myself that is holding me back, really, and my mental state, and you know, I just have to keep going. I know I've just got to keep going, and it'll happen eventually. Anyway, so hopefully next time I update, I should be feeling a bit more positive, and who knows, be closer to testosterone. I'll leave it there.